High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
Out of the stretch. Sky towards left center field. The wind is carrying it. Is it gone? It is! Jackson Irons with a 2-run shot over the left center field fence. He'll plate Wharton, and it's 6-4. There's still an insurance run that is about to get driven in on this base hit. Flores delivers the insurance run. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions. Energetic Media Solutions.
It's a warm one out here in late April in Arlington, Texas, but it is baseball time. Not only that, it's rivalry week. We'll tell you all about it on the pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services right after this. You're tuning in to High School Baseball on Zach Arnold Productions presented by John Wade Roofing. Thanks for tuning in. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage, or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Colt Field on the campus of Arlington, Texas, right off of Cooper Street at the corner of Park Row. For the pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc., it is rivalry week here at Colt Field, and then later on in the week, it'll be the return game against these same Martin Warriors, and it'll be interesting to say the least, because if Arlington can sweep, they claim the outright district championship for the second time in 3 years. The Martin Warriors eliminated from playoff contention, looking to play spoiler in a rare role reversal, or just a rare role in general. They don't usually get the chance to play spoiler, but tonight that is exactly what they will set out to do. Arlington comes in with a record of 15-11 overall, 10-2 in district play, which is tops in the district. The Warriors are 10-15-1, 5-7, but they are riding a 3-game winning streak. I'm joined here tonight by someone who's very familiar with this Colt baseball team, who has covered the last couple of games for them, produced several more. She's on the headset here with me tonight. It's my mom, Patsy. And Ma, this is the first time you and I have called a game together. You've called games with Dad, but Pops is across town with Jot Holly covering Bowie versus South Grand Prairie, which is another big district game, which we needed 2 people for. So a lot of firsts on the broadcast tonight, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I've produced some where we had a large team, but this is the first time it's just you and me at a game on the headsets. So I'm looking forward to this opportunity to interact with you and not with a lot of other people on the headsets with us.
Right. Not having any kind of overlap, not having to worry about other people's inputs. Pops was an umpire back when I was, 2 years old? Not even.
Before you were born.
Before I was born. So baseball has just been a part of our family and a part of our family's culture. You've got a keen awareness for strike zones, having been behind him when he's behind the plate. We've been fans of the game, fans of the Rangers, cheered loudly when they won the World Series a couple of seasons ago. And then, obviously, the stuff here with Arlington High has been a family affair for a long time. So there's a lot of exciting things about this particular broadcast and the way it all comes together.
Zach, I'm not sure if you even know this, but I was certified as a Little League umpire on the book work and the tests, but they wouldn't let me do the field certification because I was pregnant with you. And they wouldn't let me on the field. It's your fault I didn't get certified on the field.
My fault that you didn't get to be an umpire. Well, being a commentator is a little bit easier and a little bit different. It is faculty and staff night here at Colt Field, and so we get to celebrate the people that work for this school and help these young men become better students as well as better athletes. Coach Womack provided me with some information of the different people that were invited, and we'll try to sprinkle those in throughout the broadcast if we can. But the main event tonight is Arlington's home finale, the opportunity to become the top seed, the top dog in the district for the second time in 3 years. But to do it, they've got to get through their arch rivals.
So I have one thing I'm watching for tonight, Zach. I'm watching to see if a chicken gets out of the ag pens back behind left field and gets onto the field, because it's happened the last 2 years. And once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a tradition.
We'll see if the tradition of the chicken manifests here tonight. We're looking for some run production as well, which is something that Arlington had a little trouble with in their first game against the Grand Prairie Gophers last week. Isai Martinez battled hard for Grand Prairie and held Arlington scoreless for 6+ innings before the Colts finally broke it open in a 2-0 win. The game that you called against Grand Prairie, senior night this past Thursday, there were a few more runs to be had, including the big bat of Mason Hensley.
So Pops and I talked about this last week on the Thursday night broadcast. I'm watching a pattern here, and that is that the other teams throw their ace when we're throwing Danny Bustamante. And then when the second comes in the second game, our second pitcher is stronger than anybody else's. And so that's when our bats come alive. The ace on other teams can kind of hold us low scoring, but when we get to that second pitcher in their roster, they can't stop the Arlington bats.
We will have to see if that repeats itself here in this ball game. There is some pretty solid run production in the top part of the lineup. Mason Hensley's batting second. He got that home run in last week's ball game against Grand Prairie. But I found out through Holly Hensley, his mom, that there was a rare feat that took place on 2 separate diamonds that same night. The Colts softball team was playing a game that same night, and that same night, Mason's sister, Sage, hit a home run for the Arlington softball team.
That's amazing. What a great celebration in their home.
Banner night for the Hensley family, and we'll see if Mason can continue his hot swinging here tonight. Coaches are meeting at home plate. The head coach of the Martin Warriors is Chris Waller. Obviously, Brian Womack at the helm for Arlington yet again, looking for the higher seed in the playoffs. He mentioned to me that they actually do have big school, little school positioning this season as opposed to 1 through 4 seeds. So we will have to take that into account as we prepare for the postseason. Arlington is guaranteed a playoff spot, but exactly what seed they are and who the opponent will be and who gets home field advantage, all of that is still very much to be determined, and they get to play it out on the ball field.
Okay, the big question in my mind is, what are the chances we're going to play Jesuit in the first round of the playoffs?
I have not a clue at the moment. Looks like there's a small obstruction with our video camera, so while I go tend to that, Mom, perhaps you could give a shout out to our friends at Chapman Cornelius who present our pregame show.
Fans, the pregame show is presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. While Zach takes a look at the camera to see what's going on there. Oh, there he is. Are we back?
Just a little incidental obstruction, nothing to worry about.
Oh, okay.
Should be all cleared up and ready to go for some high school baseball here on the Zap Network. Mom, you get to be a little bit of a local celebrity, it seems like. You've got students from the academy that you substitute teach at, and now you've got friends coming up and saying hello during the broadcast, too.
That was your dad's office mate.
Oh, how about that?
And her daughter goes to Arlington High and dates one of the baseball players, but I'm not going to say which one because she would be mortified to know I said it.
We try not to embarrass too much, although there is some collateral damage that happens on occasion, but never intentionally. Starting lineups are being introduced here at Colt Field. We'll go ahead and let you know who some of the starters are for the visiting Martin Warriors. While they took care of business against Sam Houston in 2 games and then also won a weekend game against Mansfield Lake Ridge. So even though they only have 10 wins on the year, they are currently riding a 3-game winning streak. Arlington has lost a couple of games. They lost to Frisco Lone Star, but they have 9 consecutive district wins, looking for 10 in a row here tonight. So it'll be win streak against win streak in a rivalry game. Nothing like it.
No, there's nothing like a rivalry. And you could see it as the players were walking in this evening. The Martin players had a look about them like, we are here on the opponent's territory to make an impression.
They're going to be clad in their road reds tonight with black numbering. Should be easy to read those numbers even at a distance. You may be seeing stuff from up top, but we are positioned down below, down on the floor, where we'll get a fan's eye view instead of a bird's eye view of all of these different players and plays and events. South Grade Prairie at Bowie is live from the ballpark at Bowie. That one also taking place on the Zap Network's YouTube channel. Those are the other 2 playoff-bound teams, along with the Lamar Vikings. So 3 out of the 4 playoff teams for District 8-6A are playing on the diamond on the Zap Network here tonight. That's pretty cool.
That is. So is there a chance that South Grade Prairie and Bowie could mess each other's seedings up
They
this week?
They definitely could. South is currently in the big school category because they have higher enrollment. However, if they lose and Arlington loses, a sweep by one team and getting swept by another team, or a couple of confusing splits, or one team splits and another team sweeps, and you have a whole lot to try to figure out and try to play out. According to Coach Womack, if South and Arlington somehow end up with the same district record at the end of the season, because they split during the regular season, then they will have to play one more game that would be the de facto district championship. And that would be a neutral location, probably a Saturday ball game to try to sort out the mess. But in Arlington's case, win out, they win district. So there's a lot of business to be taken care of on the diamond for these next 2 ball games.
So when the playoffs start, that's next weekend?
It is. Next week will be the first round, the bi-district round. It'll take place traditionally on Thursday, Friday with a tiebreaker game on Saturday. Some teams will play just on Friday and then play a doubleheader on Saturday games. But this is the final week of the regular season, and it just so happens to also be a rivalry series. So we're excited to be bringing you that action, excited to be on the call for Arlington versus Martin, and excited to be bringing you every single play, every single moment here. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Martin Warriors before we head to the national anthem. Leading off and playing second base, it's number 8, Devin Luna. Batting second and catching, number 17, Min Bay. Batting third and playing first base, number 20, Ian Vaca. Batting cleanup, number 1 at third base, Damian Openshaw. The center fielder, number 3, Garen Powers, bats fifth. He'll be followed by left fielder, number 7, Josiah Abunasar. Batting seventh at DH, number 12, Dominic Cafaro. Batting eighth at right field, number 23, Parker Hobson. And the shortstop, Jacoby Hazen, rounds out the order. The DH, Dominic Cafaro, is batting in place of the starting pitcher, number 18, John Shaw. Shaw is on the mound and being DH'd for here tonight. Defensively for Arlington, Matthew Wynn is at first, Hayden White is at second, Abe Alvarado is at third, Mason Hensley is at short, Axel Alvarado is in left, Gannon Howard is in center, London Prater is in right. Behind the plate for the Colts, it's the 2-time District Defensive Player of the Year, Jeremiah Taylor. And on the mound, looking for another complete game shutout. He's got 5 in district competition already. Number 4, junior Danny Bustamante takes the bump for the 8-2 Arlington Colts.
And friends, if you couldn't tell, tonight is Faculty Appreciation Night. Tonight we proudly honor the incredible faculty.
The faculty and staff are being honored, and then after that, our nation's heroes will be honored as well. We'll turn it up for Randy Russ, the PA voice of the Colts, for the national anthem, and then after that, it'll be time for first pitch. Thanks so much for tuning into the pregame show. It's baseball time in Arlington, Texas. Hit that share button. It is about time for district action to continue in emphatic fashion between these two rivalry ball clubs.
Before we begin tonight's game, we'd like to take a moment to recognize 2 young men. Arlington High School senior Michael, who was tragically killed on Monday, April 14th, in a motorcycle accident, and Isaac Leal, a senior pitcher from South Grand Prairie, who suffered a head injury last night and was taken to the hospital. Isaac is currently fighting for his life. Friends and family remain optimistic about his recovery. Our thoughts and prayers are with them, their families, and the SGP program, and to the AHS community. Please join us in a moment of silence as we send our support. Thank you. Go see the concession stand if you want to make a donation to Isaac Leal's family to help medical costs. We will accept cash, Venmo, and all proceeds donated tonight will be delivered to the family. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise. And gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America and Americans around the world with the playing of our national anthem.
Live on YouTube, it's high school baseball on Zach Arnold Productions, presented by John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. It's a mother-son broadcast for the first time in ZAP history with my mom, Patsy. I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you tonight's District 8-6A action. The Arlington Colts with an 8-2 district record against their rival, the Martin Warriors, who come in looking to play spoiler with a district record of 5-7. Over on the other game on the ZAP network, first pitch about to get underway between the SGP Warriors and the Bowie Volunteers. Donna Nipper tuning in this YouTube chat saying kick 'em Colts. And a special shout out to A9OR letting us know that there was an issue with the video feed. Hopefully it's rectified and you are as excited for baseball as we are. Temperatures are hovering around 80 to 82 degrees. Nary a breeze, at least from our vantage point. The wind does seem to be blowing on those flags out in straightaway center field. 425 to dead center, 350 to the left and right corners, and 312 down the corner baselines. It'll be the Arlington Colts out on defense here as the 10-15-1 Warriors get ready to see Danny Bustamante for the first time this season. Devin Luna, the second baseman, will be leading things off. He'll be followed by the catcher Min Bay and the first baseman Ian Vaca. Go ahead and copy the link, hit that share button, send it to your social media, send it to your group chat. First pitch about to get underway. A reminder for the defense, Wynn is at first, White is at second, Abe Alvarado's at third, Hensley's at short, Axel Alvarado is in left, Howard's in center, Prater's in right, and Jeremiah Taylor behind the plate, catching for someone that I believe is contending for District Pitcher of the Year. There are a few other contenders, including Colton Quesada over at Lamar. He has been battling really hard this year. Isaac Rios over at South Grand Prairie has been a consistent winner for the Warriors. But a perfect game, a no-hitter, and 5 total complete game shutouts for Bustamante.
Zach, my first game on the headset was Danny's perfect game, and I looked at Pops and said, is there anything else I can possibly achieve
Is there
in life?
Is there any way to top that? Probably
Nowhere
not.
to go.
It was similar for me when we first started doing this back in 2019. Chris Sims, a quarterback for Arlington, threw a 99-yard touchdown to Charlie Brown. That fastball is high and away for ball 1 to Devin Luna, and we are underway in Arlington. I've never called a 99-yard touchdown since then. This one will get fouled off for strike number 1. One ball, one strike, the count to the second baseman, Devin Luna. Top of the first inning. We are underway. That pitch tails away out of the zone for ball number 2. I'll move the count to 2-1. And a called strike will be issued just on the outside corner. Bustamante battles back and evens the count at 2-2. The righty turns and fires home, and it'll get fouled straight back. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming here for Luna, leading off the ball game. Min Bay on deck, Ian Vaca in the hole. Cleanup hitter is Damian Openshaw, if he can get an at-bat. The 2-2 again. And this one will get fouled out of play. White and Wynn taking a look at it, and they'll watch it go out of play. And we'll get set for the 7th pitch of the at-bat. This one's in the air, playable for London Prater out in right. He'll come up and make the grab for the F9 and for out number 1.
Catcher number 17, Min Pei.
So Bustamante wins that battle as Luna is retired. And that'll take us to the catcher, Min Pei. First pitch finds the bottom quadrant of the zone. Strike one, looking to bag. Swing and a miss. It bottoms out underneath him. That's strike two. After falling behind in the count in the previous at-bat, Bustamante ahead here, 0-2. The next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three, out number two. Gets Min Pei on just 3 pitches. Ian Vaca, the first baseman, trying to find his way aboard with the Warriors going 2 up, 2 down. Busta's first pitch is belt high for strike one looking. Next pitch catches the corner on the lower outside quadrant. The Martin faithful don't like it, but the umpire says strike. 0-2 the count now to Vaca. Going to have to defend the plate as Bustamante gets ahead in the count again. This one's in play, headed for center field. Charging at it and making the belly first grab is Gannon Howard. And that prevents a base hit and sends the Warriors down 1-2-3. That's a solid top of the first for Bustamante. Gets a couple of flyouts and a strikeout and sends the Warriors down in order. It's Martin nothing and the Colts coming up to the plate. This is high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com. To the bottom of the first we go, and we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Arlington Colts. Leading off and pitching, number 4, Danny Bustamante. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 10, Mason Hensley. Batting third in right field, number 18, London Prater. Batting cleanup and playing first base, number 25, Matthew Wynn. Batting fifth at third base, number 20, Abe Alvarado. His cousin Axel will bat sixth and play left field wearing the number 5 jersey. Batting seventh and catching, number 23, Jeremiah Taylor. Batting eighth and playing center field, made a great catch for out number 3, number 2, Gannon Howard. And rounding out the order is the second baseman, number 24, Hayden White. Defensively for the visiting Warriors, Vaca's at first, Luna's at second, Openshaw's at third, Hazen's at short, Abunasar's in left, Powers is in center, Hobson is in right. Behind the plate, number 17, Min Pei, and getting the start for the Warriors tonight, number 18, John Shaw. Shaw on the mound for the Warriors.
Leading off for the Colts, pitcher number 4.
Colts come in with a 15-11 overall record, but are 10-2 in district. Have not lost a district game since they lost game 1 of the home-and-home series against South Grand Prairie. 9 in a row district wins for the Colts, looking for 10 in a row here. As Busta sends this one to the right center field gap on the first pitch, headed to the wall. It's going to go off of the wall. Danny Bustamante is going to go into second base with a leadoff stand-up double to the right center field gap.
Well, he saw that first pitch come in and said, I like that one, and took off with it.
I was about to say, he turned on the very first pitch he saw, and it turned into trouble.
Also a runner out at second base now for the Colts, number 6, Colin Murphy.
Colin Murphy will come in, number 6, to run at second base for the pitcher, Bustamante. And that'll take us to Mason Hensley. One pitch, one extra base hit for Busta. Hensley had a big hit the last time he was on this field. He'll take a look at strike one from number 18, Shaw. Nothing in one. Murphy taking a shortstop's length lead off of second. Hazen trying to keep him there. And Hensley will take a look at a ball here to bring his count to 1-1. Shaw finally agrees on a pitch he wants. Hensley was swinging for the fence, can't connect. And that brings the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Shaw comes set, looks at second and comes home with it. This one's going to skitter away from the catcher, Min Bay. Murphy will round third base and hold up there. He'll make it over on the wild pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Mason Hensley, who has the first run of the game just 90 feet away with nobody out. The 2-2. A little bit too high. Hensley works the count full. It's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Shaw, payoff pitch. Hensley will send this to right field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Murphy's going to come in. The play at the plate, not in time. Hensley will head to second on the throw, and the Colts strike first on rivalry night. One to nothing as Hensley gets the ribby and moves into scoring position for London Crater. The first run scored by the Colts is their first taco tally. All first runs of the game are presented by Taqueria Taco Express this season. Visit any of their now 5 locations on Taco Tuesday for their $10 meal special. Man in scoring position. Prater sends this one to left field. It's going, and it is caught out there, but the runner will tag and slide in safely on the F7 sacrifice by London Prater.
First baseman number 25.
So now just 1 out for Matthew Wynn with another runner just 90 feet away. Wynn will put this one out of play, headed for the parking lot just behind the first base dugout. Strike one to the Austin College commit. Bats in the cleanup spot, trying to clean up the runner at third base in the form of Mason Hensley. Shaw sends it away for a ball, collected by Min Bay. Hensley will stay at third with Coach Womack in his ear in case it gets far enough away from the catcher to try to risk going home with it. Curveball will drop in for a called strike to Matthew Wynn. It's 1-2. Infield moves into the lip of the grass with 2 strikes now. Trying to get the play at the plate if possible. The 1-2. And they'll catch it on the outside corner. Matthew Wynn is retired. First strikeout for Shaw. And there's 2 away now for Abe Alvarado.
Third baseman number 20, Abraham Alvarado.
Just a brief programming note. I may try to go make an adjustment to the camera during the commercial break. Hopefully, I'll only be gone while the commercials are running, though. AB will send this one up the third baseline. Foul for strike number 1. With the sun setting, it's a little tough to see the field. I think it's visible, but I might be able to make it a little better. We'll see. If I can't make it better, I'll just send it back to the way it was at least. 0-1 to AB. He'll put this one in play to short, fielded there by Hazen, and he'll throw it in time to first, and the inning is over. But not before the Colts strike first on the RBI single by Mason Hensley. After 1, the Colts lead by 1. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back. Page's Pretty Roots is a Texas-based small business where you can discover handcrafted treasures designed to nurture your body and soul. From custom t-shirts that showcase your unique style to nourishing sugar scrubs and moisturizers made with love. Whether you're looking for a fun fashion statement or all-natural self-care, you'll find something special here. Shop now and experience the magic of handmade by scanning the QR code or searching Page's Pretty Roots on Etsy.com.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
We are back. Now batting for the Warriors, number 1, Damian Openshaw. Openshaw is playing second base today. Is he second base? I think so. He's third base, sorry. Swings on the first pitch, goes foul. Strike 1.
Yeah, I don't know if the adjustments I made were any better, but they're not any worse.
I can see it better on my screen.
The sun is playing havoc on us here as Bosa sends that fastball too far inside. It'll probably look a little bit better once the sun goes down. Sunset is scheduled for the next, 10 minutes or so it shouldn't be too far away. Strike is cold, and it's 1-2.
I don't know, Zach. I think we've got another 20 to 30 minutes before it drops behind the MAC over there. But that's okay.
This one's a golf swing, headed for fair territory. Matthew Wynn takes a few steps back and records out number 1.
Center fielder number 3, Kieran Powell.
We'll just give you all a more radio-style play-by-play until things clear up a little bit here. It's somewhat visible. Garen Powers digs in, playing center field tonight. And he'll take a look at strike 1 called.
Zach, I've noticed these District 8 pitchers really like the low outside corner, but the batters don't.
Yeah, they don't offer at it quite as much. Umpire says that one's too low, and it's ball 1 to Powers. That one will get fouled into the netting here at the backstop to bring the count to a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 with one out here to the center fielder. Foul straight back again. Bustamante looked like he might have lost his balance a little bit as he stumbles off of the mound. Shows how much effort he's putting into each one of his pitches. The 1-2 in play. Hensley muffles it. Long throw. Still in time for the 6-3 putout. A near E6 as Hensley let it go by him. Was able to pick it up and fire it to win in time for out number 2.
Left fielder number 7, Josiah Abunaso.
So 2 up, 2 down for the left fielder, Josiah Abunasar. First pitch swinging. It's a roller. Hensley. Off balance, but in time. Another 1-2-3 half inning for the Colt defense. They lead it by 1, headed to the bottom of the second. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Hey Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana. Aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Green Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
And we're back. John Shaw warming up on the mound. Umpire tells him 2 more pitches. Leading off this inning for the Colts will be number 5, Axel Alvarado. Axel's playing in left field today.
Yeah, Axel Alvarado has come in this second half of the district to come in as a pinch hitter on occasion. He is the second catcher behind Jeremiah Taylor, and then he's also made his way into the lineup in left field. That's what a versatile player who's willing to do whatever it takes to be on the field will do. He finds himself in the 6th spot here. Arlington sent 5 to the plate in the first inning.
That first pitch comes in high for ball 1.
It'll be a 1-0 count to lead off the bottom of the second. John Shaw almost loses his head on that swing as Axel sends it out into center field for a base hit. Lead off base hit again. Bustamante started the first inning with a double to right center, and now Axel putting a charge in that one as Shaw had to duck away from it. Went right between the 2 middle infielders, Hazen and Luna, picked up by Powers, but by then Alvarado was at first base. Bunt is squared up for and pulled back for ball number 1. Jeremiah Taylor, one of the fastest players on the team and a commit to Division III Austin College at the conclusion of this season. Trying to send it up the first baseline because Vaca is covering that first base bag. He'll pull back, throw down over to first, not in time. It's ball 2 at the plate, and Alvarado safe at first. The 2-0 squares up for it, pulls back, and Shaw cannot get the call. It's ball number 3 now. 3-0 now to Taylor. And it's a 4-pitch walk for JT to put the 2 leadoff men aboard for the center fielder, Gannon Howard. 2 on, nobody out for number 2. Plays lockdown defense in center field. Also has a lot of speed on the base paths. Wouldn't be surprised to see him offer for a bunt attempt. But also has enough power to send it over the fence. He hit a home run during tournaments. He does square up for the bunt. It does go up the baseline. And it goes foul. Strike 1 to Gannon. Axel Alvarado at second, Jeremiah Taylor at first. Nobody out. Shaw took a while to decide on the pitch he wanted, finally comes home. And it's low and away for a ball as Howard pulls back on the bunt attempt. One ball and 1 strike. A man in scoring position in Alvarado. Bunt up again, headed to the pitcher. Only play is to first. And he will make it in time to move both runners into scoring position. Shaw threw it to the covering Luna, sliding over from second base to touch the first base bag. Good fundamental defense there. And it is a 1-4 sack BU for those of you that keep a scorebook at home. But it does move both men into scoring position with just 1 out for the second baseman, Hayden White. Strike 1 is called at the knees. Infield playing as far in on the lip of the grass as they can, trying to get the play at the plate. Shaw looks at third. They try the suicide squeeze, and he pulls back in time for ball 2. The appeal from the field umpire says no swing.
Zach, did I miss a ball there? I think that was.
Was that ball 1?
I think so. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
A lot of aces on that scoreboard, most importantly, the number 1 tally for the Colts. White will square up and pull back as he takes a look at a ball low and away.
Zach, I talked about that low outside corner. This umpire is being consistent. That one was too low and 2 away.
You can attack it all you want, but you have to attack it in the area that the umpire deems appropriate. The 2-1, and he'll foul that one back. It's 2-2. Hayden White going to have to swing away now. Cannot attempt the suicide squeeze lest he risk a strikeout if he fouls it up the baseline. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 men on, 1 man out. Danny Bustamante in the on-deck circle. Colts already about to head back to the top of the order. Shaw's 2-2. Lofted to left field. That's going to be trouble. And it's going to be muffed by the center fielder. Here comes Axel. JT's going to follow him. And that is a base hit by Hayden White. With 2 runs coming across, it's a 3-0 ball game. I'm inclined to go base hit on that, even though it came in and out of his glove. It was a tough play for Powers to come up, slide, try to make that grab.
I agree, Zach.
I think that's a
I don't
clean.
think that was an error.
I think that's a clean base hit, and it's 2 more runs for the Colts. They lead it 3-0 for the top of the order in Danny Bustamante. This one's low and away. Minbay keeps it in front of him, though. Hayden White unable to advance, and it'll be ball number 1 to Bustamante.
This backstop here at Colt Field is short, so
Super short.
if it were at Bowie or Lamar, that ball would have gotten away a lot farther.
This one right into the glove of the second baseman. The throw back is in time, and Danny Bustamante, after getting a double in his last at-bat, lines out to 4, back to 3. Luna with the line out and the throw to Vaca to get the double play and end the inning. We're headed to the third. The Colts lead by 3. Fans, the third inning is presented by our friends at Eka Signs, located in the heart of Arlington. They offer same-day production on certain rush orders and offer a wide catalog of custom print materials. Call 817-617-2229 to find out how Eka Signs can help your brand's visibility. We'll be right back with high school baseball on Zap right after this.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Romy Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Romy Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
PDA Advocacy Group would like to remind you that autism is a wide spectrum of neurological differences, and it's on the rise, now affecting 1 in 36 Americans and more cases found in males. Those with autism have trouble with social interactions, communication, and can engage in repetitive or self-harming behaviors. While the causes of autism are still being researched, we can begin to learn more by visiting nationalautismassociation.org. To the top of the third inning we go. Arlington plating a couple more runs to take a 3-0 advantage here against the Martin Warriors alongside my mom, Patsy. I'm Zach Arnold, a.k.a. Zach the Voice, a.k.a. Zach Arnold Productions. Full house here at Colt Field, not a seat to be found. People bring in their own seats just to be able to get a glimpse of this district action. The most heated rivalry in the city of Arlington, I dare say. And we've got all the action for you here live on YouTube. Leading things off will be the designated hitter, Dominic Cafaro, followed by the right fielder, Parker Hobson, and the shortstop, Jacoby Hazen. Back-to-back innings, Bustamante has sent the opponent down in order, 6 up, 6 down. See if the designated hitter, Cafaro, can break that streak. High and inside for ball 1 to lead things off for number 12. Bustamante steps off the back of the pitching rubber, deciding to reset things. Scoreless through 2 across town between SGP and Bowie. Swing and a miss for a strike. Another big district game. 3 out of the 4 District 8 teams that are headed to the postseason are live on Zap tonight. The 1-1 fouled off down that third baseline and headed towards the chicken coop. We'll see if it sets one of those hens loose or not. Bring the count to a ball and 2 strikes.
I think last year it was in the 5th inning when that happened, so we've still got time.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the third. Too low for ball 2. DH, right field, shortstop, 7-8-9 in Coach Waller's lineup. 2-2, chipped into the glove. That's strike number 3. Cafaro is retired for Bustamante's second strikeout of the evening. And that'll take us to the right fielder, Parker Hobson. Called strike one on that low and outside corner you were talking about, Ma. Bustamante able to find it there. Took a cut at it. Sounded like he might have offered at it, but wasn't able to put it in play, so it'll just be strike number 2.
I heard it tip. But I think to be a tip, it has to go into the glove. Did it? I don't know.
I don't think it did. It went off to the padding on the side, so it's just a foul. And it's 0-2 to the right fielder. In play, diving for it is Wynn. He can't collect it. And that'll be the first base runner of the ball game on a sharply hit single to right by Parker Hobson. It took 8 batters before somebody was finally able to put it in play where the Colt defense was not. Hobson gets the 1-out single under the dive of Wynn.
Zach, I have another visitor, but this time it's a member of the bee colony that has taken up residence over here since Thursday night.
Because you didn't have anybody up in your bees nest last week.
Nope.
So you had about 3 or 4 of them hovering around as this one gets fouled off the first baseline for strike 1.
I keep hoping that when the sun goes down, they'll go to bed.
I have doubts about an early bedtime for myself. New season of a Star Wars show dropped tonight.
And of course you have to see it tonight.
Well, if I don't, all my internet friends are going to spoil it for me as this one gets fouled back into the netting and off of one of the poles here at Colt Field. Hazen with 2 strikes on him with 1 on and 1 out. Busta with a quick glance over his shoulder. And the 0-2. In play. Hensley to White to Wynn. And it's in time. 6-4-3 double play induced by Bustamante, and the Colt defense erases the only base runner Martin has had so far. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. It's the Colts 3, the Warriors nothing on High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Ika Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Ika can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ikasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Ika Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
To the bottom of the 3rd inning we go, and we want to take a moment to extend our love and our sympathies to the Arlington High community that lost one of their own in a tragic motorcycle accident just last week. And just last night, there was a traffic vehicle-related incident that took place in the South Grand Prairie community, and one of their baseball players is in the hospital with a severe head injury. So we want to extend our love and our sympathies to everybody at the Arlington High and the South Grand Prairie community. South currently has a GoFundMe up that I have shared on the Zach the Voice Facebook page. Fans, if you care about this district and care about this community, please consider sending a donation for Isaac's medical costs. If you want to, you can also send a donation to the username Zach the Voice on Venmo and use the memo Isaac, and I'll make sure all of those proceeds go towards their family members. The news broke to me at about 10:15 p.m. last night, and we were keeping tabs on it. Jeremiah Taylor, a friend of Isaac's who plays for South Grand Prairie, as Mason Hensley takes a look at ball 1 high to lead things off. Coach Womack said that during one of JT's free periods, earlier today. He actually went down to the hospital to go stay with him for a little while. All of our love and our concerns are with Isaac and his family right now. Strike gets called at the knees to Hensley. 1 ball, 1 strike. Some things are just bigger than baseball. As much as we love the Colts, we never want to see ill or wish harm to any of our competitors. As Hensley looks at ball 2 inside. So we'll do what we can when we're able. That includes trying to help Isaac by sharing that GoFundMe as Hensley looks at a ball here that skitters away from the catcher bay. And it's a hitter's count now to number 10, who had a big hit against the Gophers just a few days ago here at Colt Field. And he'll take the base on balls. Nothing in the zone worth swinging at, and he will lead off as a base runner. 3rd inning in a row that the leadoff man has reached safely for Arlington. A double, a single, and now a walk in those 3 innings. As there's a man aboard for London Prater, who hit the ball out to left field in his last appearance. It allowed a runner to advance on a sacrifice as he looks at ball 1 here. This one's a slow roller to second. They try to make the tag, and they get him, but the throw to first is wide. Hensley is retired on a odd fielder's choice. It's a 4U as the tag is applied. And Prater will just replace Hensley as the runner at first base with 1 out now. This one's going to skitter in front of the catcher bay. Ball 1 to him here. The 1-0 to win is now ball 2, as that one bottomed out before crossing the plate rather than after.
Zach, I'm finding it easier to see, but it looks like our viewers still have a
little bit of a sunlight glare.
little bit of a glare.
Should not be much longer now. We appreciate your patience, folks. That spot in the press box is the best view we can offer you of the entire field, but you also get a view of the sun, unfortunately. 4-pitch walk to Matthew Wynn, the 2nd walk of the inning, 3rd of the game. And there's 2 on with 1 out. Arlington has already scored in both previous innings to take a 3-0 advantage. Timeout is called, and it looks like Coach Waller has just made a signal. Don't know if that player is coming in from the outfield or if he was just making a motion. Looks like it was just a hand motion. He was gesturing. Shaw will remain in the game with 3 walks and 1 strikeout as he gets ready to face Abe Alvarado, who grounded out to short in his last appearance. AB with 2 men aboard and just 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch, that one bottoms out inside the zone for a called strike 1 at the knees to AB. His cousin Axel got a single in his last plate appearance. And Abe Alvarado will call time here on an 0-1 count. Got tired of waiting. That one is a ball. AB will hold up his hand and tell London Prater to stay put. Prater, the runner at second, Wynn, the runner at first. Martin defense is in double play position, trying to find a way to end the inning if possible. Shaw's 1-1 delivery. Ripped between first and second. That's a base hit. Prater is going to be held up at third base, as it was a great play out in right by Hobson to get it back into the infield. A dart was thrown by the second baseman, Luna, to try to pick off Prater as he rounded third. He is going to dive back safely, and the bases are loaded for Axel Alvarado. Alvarado got a base hit to lead off the second inning. Sharply hit back up the middle to center field, past the pitcher Shaw. And he'll take a look at strike one here to lead off his second at-bat. No balls, one strike, bases full of Colts. Prater at third, Wynn at second, his cousin Abe at first. That one's a bouncer away from Bay, but Prater will stay put at third. Ma, you mentioned that short backstop. If this had been Lamar or Sam Houston or Bowie, I think Prater might have tried to run for that one.
Here it just depends on how far away it gets from the catcher.
And what kind of carom you get, I suppose.
Right.
The 1-1 pitch. Lofted to center field. This could be trouble. It's going to be playable for Powers. He'll make the grab. Prater will tag, and he'll come in standing up. It's an F8 sac RBI for Axel Alvarado. And the Colts extend the lead. It's now 4-0 with 2 outs. Just solid contact there by Axel Ma, just enough to get the runner in. This one's going to get away from Bay, and both runners will advance. Ball one at the plate to JT. It's a passed ball. And it's a 1-0 count. And we'll make it 2-0 as Shaw again unable to find the zone. Colts have plated a run in every inning so far. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. The 2-0 pitch. Ripped down the left field line. That's a base hit, says the home plate umpire. 1 run is home. 2 runs are home. Jeremiah Taylor with a 2-run RBI double down the left field line, and it's 6-0. And that will do it for John Shaw. That signal from the coach is the sign of a pitching change, and the next time you need signs, banners, printed shirts, or other print materials, Ika Signs is the local printer to call. 817-617-2229 is the number, and tell them Zap sent you. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is right after the break. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
John Shaw lasted 2 2/3 innings with 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 6 runs across. Coming in out of the bullpen, it's number 14 for the Warriors. That is Ro Salazar. Salazar now pitching for the Warriors after Jeremiah Taylor got a big double down the left field line that plated 2 runs. Arlington has plated 3 total here in the third and now have a 6-0 advantage here in their regular season home finale against the Martin Warriors. First pitch to Gannon Howard from Salazar is low for ball 1. Salazar attacks that outside zone and gets the call. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Salazar with the off speed. Check swing, it's ball 2. Two and 1 the count. Taylor's going. It's a hit and run as it gets fouled up that right field line. Howard had the green light. JT signaled to run. And will come set for the 2-2. Salazar, the new pitcher, coming in with 2 outs. Trying to get the 3rd strike and the 3rd out. And that is not what he does, as the entire infield was ready to go to the dugout. I was ready to call it a called strike 3. Umpire says the count runs full at 3-2.
He was very specific in his motion that was too far outside.
So a payoff pitch now about to take place. And that one does get called. Salazar gets the strikeout, retires Howard, and the inning is over. But not before Arlington plates 3 to double their lead. From 3, it's now 6-0 at the end of the third. We'll be back with more high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing right after this. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com. Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Fans, we're back here at Colt Field for Martin Warriors and Arlington Colts baseball. Colts are leading 6-0, and we're going to the top of the 4th inning. Coming up to bat for the Warriors is number, that looks like an 8 to me, Zach. Is that an 8?
It should be number 8. The Warriors got retired on a double play, which stranded a runner.
So that would be Devin Luna.
It would be Luna, the top of the order. Technically, it's been 9 up, 9 down, just in a rather unconventional way. That one hit allowed by Bustamante did not get any further than second base. Pop's tuning in the chat, saying hello from South Arlington. Bowie and South Grand Prairie going at it also on the Zap Network. 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the second, 3 runs in the fourth. And back to the top of the order now. Devin Luna flew out to right field in his last plate appearance. We'll see what he does facing Danny Bustamante for the second time around. Busta back out for his 4th inning of work. Got a lot of run support, probably more than he's had in the last couple of ball games. As the sun finally setting here behind the MAC. Hopefully providing a little bit better vantage point of the field for the fans at home now. As ball 1 is issued high and tight. This one, foul territory. But is the grab made? It is. London Prater had enough room to go over and make that grab. And it's another F9 at Devin Luna's expense. So that'll take us to the catcher, Min Bay. One of Bustamante's 2 strikeout victims as he takes a look at ball 1 inside. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bustamante turns, fires, and delivers a called strike. It's 1-2. Headed to the bottom of the 4th across town, still scoreless between Bowie and South Grand Prairie. As Bay fouls that one off. Pretty big district ball game happening over there. Bowie has already clinched a playoff appearance. Their first playoffs since 2013. They hold a season sweep over these Martin Warriors. Arlington holds a sweep over Bowie. Bay puts this in play. Diving is Hensley, and he can't get there. Axel Alvarado will field it and send it back into the infield, and Bay will retreat back to first base on a single to left. Second hit of the game allowed by Bustamante. Parker Hobson, was retired the last time he reached first base on a inning-ending double play. There's 1 out here as ball 1 curveball can't find the zone for the first baseman, Ian Vaca. Busta pitching out of the stretch. Vaca calls time. They'll check down over to first. Min Bay should have a courtesy runner over there at first now. It is indeed a courtesy runner. We'll check on the pitch, which is too high for ball 2. This is number 19, Briggins, running at first base. Also a starting varsity football player. Ball 3, fastball too far inside. Vaca trying to find a way aboard and push the first Martin runner into scoring position of the night. Bustamante with a quick walk around the mound. And he'll check over at first, and Briggins dives underneath the tag. Matthew Wynn covering that first base bag for the Colts. Busta sets and the 3-0 home. Belt high, called strike. Number 20 will have to go back into the batter's box for a 3-1 count with 1 out. It is a hitter's count as he checks over to first again, keeping a close eye on Briggins. The 3-1. That's hit to right field. Prater with the arm stretch to make the grab for out number 2. He almost closed in on it too fast, and it almost went over his head, but Prater's about 6'3", I would say, and his arm reach enough to make the grab there at the last second.
He kind of had to reach a little behind himself, didn't he?
Just a little bit. Thought about throwing over to first, but Briggins was able to get back in time. So it's 2 away for the cleanup hitter, Damian Openshaw, as they make another check down over to first. Field umpire says safe.
Briggins is going to take a significant amount of the Arlington infield home with him on that uniform.
Runner goes. Headed to right field. Prater retreating and making the grab for out number 3. Openshaw is retired, and every out of that inning was recorded by the right fielder. An F9 single, F9, F9. Time for the 4th inning stretch, which is presented by Taqueria Taco Express. They feature a wide, authentic menu and can solve any Mexican food craving. Order online to collect points for free food or get 5 tacos and a large agua fresca on Taco Tuesdays for just $10. Visit TaqueriaTacoExpress.com for more information. We'll be back with more high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting TaqueriaTacoExpress.com.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Time for the bottom of the 4th inning here at Colt Field. Number 14, Rose Salazar, got the strikeout with 2 outs in his relief appearance in the previous inning. Back for his first full inning of work, and he will be facing the 9-1-2 part of the Arlington lineup. Hayden White got a single and 2 RBI in his last plate appearance. Back to the top of the order in Danny Bustamante and Mason Hensley. First pitch to him is low and away for ball number 1. Arlington plated 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. If we want to keep things uniform, it's time to plate 4 here in the 4th inning. Colts lead it by a score of 6-0 right now. 2 pitches, 2 balls for Hayden White. Bowie got a runner as far as third base, but could not bring him home. Still scoreless after 4 innings across town on the Zap Network. The 2-0 pitch is 2-1 as Salazar finds the outside quadrant of the strike zone there. The 2-1 pitch to White. Right back to the pitcher. He'll go halfway between the mound and first base and make the underhand toss for out number 1. Sharply hit ball, just good reflexes by Salazar there, Ma.
He almost looked surprised, but he had the instincts to grab that ball before it got past him.
Top of the order now for Bustamante, 1 for 2. Couple of sharply hit balls, though. That last plate appearance, it was a line out to the second baseman. And he'll send this one to second base as well. It's a weird hop, but Luna's able to field it and make the throw for out number 2. So after his leadoff double, it's been a couple of outs at Bustamante's expense. And there's 2 away for Mason Hensley. First pitch to him is a ball. Hensley has reached safely in both plate appearances, a single and an RBI, and walked in his most recent appearance. Called strike. Breaking pitch breaks into the zone to make it 1-1. And the breaking pitch finds the zone again. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. The righty Salazar sets, size, and delivers. Check swing, and they say he went around. Hensley wanted to argue it, but he will not win that argument. And the inning is over. Colts go down quietly, 1-2-3, half inning, and we are headed to the 5th. Arlington still leads by a score of 6-0. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. New episodes drop monthly featuring news, reviews, discussions, and tangents on all our favorite franchises, including Marvel, DC, Star Trek, Star Wars, Stranger Things, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Dune, Godzilla, Firefly, Pixar, Doctor Who, Indiana Jones, The Last of Us, James Bond, House of the Dragon, Ghostbusters. I think you get the picture. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
Welcome back, fans. It's the 5th inning here at Colt Field. Arlington with 8 district wins on the year, looking for their 9th. Danny Bustamante back out for another inning of work. He's only given up 2 hits, and neither one of them have gotten beyond first base. Back out to continue some precise surgery that he has been capable of pretty much all season.
Tech Busta just really looks comfortable on the mound tonight. Not that he doesn't always, but
there's something special about having this kind of run support, as the first pitch and the second pitch are both strikes to the center fielder, Garen Powers. when you have that kind of run support and your defense is making catches in the outfield like that, you're playing a clean game. You've only given up 2 hits. You have a lot of confidence in yourself, your catcher, your coach's pitching calls. Everything seems to be going the Colts' way tonight.
And your fielders, like, you know, Prater's had some great catches out there in right field that have made a difference.
This one's lofted. Hayden White has a beat on it, but it'll be Matthew Wynn that makes the grab for out number 1. Good communication there as White thought about it. Wynn waves him off. And out 1 is recorded. Abunasar, first pitch swinging, shallow outfield, deep infield. That one will get recorded by Hayden White for out number 2.
Designated hitter number 12.
So that'll take us to the designated hitter, Dominic Cafaro.
If I'm counting right, Zach, that's 3 pitches, 2 outs. Is that correct?
3 or 4?
Maybe 4.
First pitch to Cafaro's low and inside for ball 1.
I don't keep a score sheet like Pops does, so I lose track.
I do what I call a broadcast style score sheet, just keeping up with some of the essentials, but not always keeping tabs on pitch count numbers as ball 2 is delivered high and away. It's something I started when I was first doing radio style back in the day, and I use a 5x8 notebook instead of using a full score sheet. For whatever reason, it's easier for me to read and keep up with, as ball 3 is high and away.
A long time ago, before I met him, Pops was a coach for young players, and I think that's when he started keeping score sheets.
I have nothing against them. It's just sometimes they're a little hard to keep up with, and I have to keep up with the action on the field rather than what's on the paper.
I hear you.
Strike at the knees is called. Cafaro a little baffled by that call.
He was sure he was headed to first base, wasn't he?
3-1 now, and he'll foul that one off, and Bustamante has worked the count back full after being down 3-0. He's made it 3-2. Danny with a look up to the clear blue skies above him. And the payoff pitch on the way. Swung on and swung through. All the way back from being down 3-0. He battles back and gets the K of Cafaro to end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. The Colts still lead by 6. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com. Welcome back to Colt Field, where Arlington leads by a score of 6-0 on rivalry night between Arlington High and Arlington Martin. The return game is scheduled for Friday, but with the weather conditions expected to be what they are, we're going to have to wait and see exactly how all that plays out. Coach Womack indicated to me that if we have to find a turf field, it may mean that we'll have to play a game on Saturday. Regardless of venue and day, that game will be on the Zap Network one way or another. So be sure to follow us on social media at Zach the Voice for updates on time changes or weather conditions affecting that ball game. But it will be here on the Zap Network one way or the other. Rose Salazar back out for another full inning of work, as he kept the Arlington bats quiet during the last inning. He'll throw ball 1 here to London Prater, leading things off for the Colts. The first 1-2-3 inning of the game after a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. The 1-0 pitch to Prater is ball 2. Bat flinches a little bit, but not enough to count as a full swing, and it is 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. That one finds that outside corner for a called strike to number 18. Two and one the count now, as Prater waits for the delivery. Right back to the pitcher again, able to make the grab and the underhand toss for the out. A couple of times that number 14 has been able to record that difficult 1-3 putout. That one off of the bat of London Prater. Previously did it off of the bat of Hayden White.
He may have a little bruise from that one. It looked like it hit him, but he was able to grab it.
That'll take us to the cleanup hitter, Matthew Wynn. Nobody aboard with 1 out. Off speed, dribbles up the third baseline and will go foul. Nothing in one to number 25, who got a walk in his last plate appearance. The 0-1. Curveball that never broke, as Salazar taps his chest saying, "My bad." Could not quite place that where he wanted to. One ball, one strike, 1 out. Make it strike 2. As Salazar attacks that low and away corner of the strike zone. Very strong contingent of fans, but not a whole lot of hooping and hollering, as the Colts have this one in hand for the most part. Wynn puts this one into the field of play, headed for left, and grabbed out there by Abunasar for out number 2. That had some air, perhaps a little bit too much there, Ma, as Wynn is out number 2.
You know, I said a while ago, Busta looks comfortable on the mound. Salazar does too. The difference is he doesn't have 6 runs protecting him.
That is true.
But in terms of being in control, well, I say that.
And then he has some control issues. Ball number 1 to Abe Alvarado.
The other night I got to the point where I told Pops, I'm not going to talk about pitching anymore.
Off speed, drops below the knees. Minbei tried to frame it. Unsuccessful, and it is ball number 2. Two and 0 with 2 outs. Salazar, the sigh, and the delivery of ball number 3, chin high to AB.
For all the years I've been watching baseball, I still can't get used to a pitch that's high and inside. They startle me.
That one is right down the pipe. Called strike 1 to move it to a hitter's count for AB of 3-1. Now, there have been too many instances at the MLB and collegiate levels where you see someone lose control or their hand gets a little sweaty and it goes a little too far inside. Never a fun thing to see. This one's too far outside, and it's a free pass issued to Abe Alvarado. Alvarado reached safely 2 out of his past 3 appearances now with that walk and that single to right. Abe Alvarado will get a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner, a pinch runner.
21.
This is number 21 for the Colts, Corbin Quiros.
Now running at first base for the Colts, number 21, Corbin Quiros.
We'll see if Quiros comes into the ball game or if he's just a pinch runner, as Axel Alvarado has a sacrifice and a single in his previous 2 plate appearances. First pitch from Salazar is low to Axel for ball 1. If he should find a way aboard, Jeremiah Taylor had a big hit during his last plate appearance. Waiting in the on-deck circle. Quiros is going. It's a called strike. The throw is not in time. It's a straight steal for Quiros, as it's 1-1 at the plate. Man in scoring position now for the Colts. First time in almost 2 full innings that they've had one. Big swing from Axel, can't connect at strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for number 5. Number 14 on the mound sets, looks at second a couple of times and fires. That was a changeup that Axel just barely got a piece of. And it'll keep the at-bat alive for one more pitch. One ball, 2 strikes again. And Salazar will step off the back of the pitching rubber. Axel steps out of the batter's box. And we'll do it all again. Pitch on the way. And another chopper foul. Axel Alvarado with a good battle at the plate here, just not quite able to put it in the field of play just yet. Donna Nipper tuning in the YouTube chat, A9OR, saying kick him out of the playoffs. Pops chimed in a little while ago saying hello. Dean Norma saying let's go Colts. Very active chat on YouTube tonight. Axel can't connect. That is strike number 3 and out number 3. And strikeout number 3 for Rose Salazar in relief. So far, he has kept the Colt bats quiet the last couple of innings, but it does not matter. They still lead by 6 as we head to inning number 6. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Hey, Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana, aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Green Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
To the 6th inning we go. Danny Bustamante in control with the 6 runs of support that came at the expense of John Shaw. He's got a few strikeouts to his name, but mostly his defense has been helping him out, as nobody has gotten further than first base for the Warriors so far tonight. Coming back out for another inning of work, he'll be facing the 8-9-1 part of the Martin lineup. Parker Hobson, Jacoby Hazen, and Devin Luna, the 3 young men guaranteed an at-bat this frame. We've got an exciting one across town on the Zap Network. Bowie had a little bit of a jam in the 6th inning, but they just got out of it. Still scoreless at the ballpark at Bowie. 0-0 going to the bottom of the 6th. First 1-1 wins over there, Ma.
That's a pitcher's duel for sure. Oh, I said I wasn't going to talk about pitching.
You weren't going to talk about pitching. Well, it's not the pitchers for this game. So.
Well, that's true.
Hobson got a single to right field and then was retired on a double play in the next batter. One of 2 Warriors to get a base hit off of Bustamante so far tonight.
First pitch was a ball.
And this one will be a strike. Just saw number 14 take a restroom break. There's no lockers with restrooms available here at Colt Field, as this is a swing and a miss from Hobson. So you create a bit of an intimate atmosphere when you have to cut across the grandstands just to be able to go to the restroom. 1-2 pitch, tails away for ball 2. The 2-2 swung on and missed. The tag is applied, and that is strikeout number 4 for Bustamante. Out number 1 of the 6th here for the shortstop, Jacoby Hazen.
Number 4, Jacoby Hazen.
Hazen's second at-bat of the ball game coming in the 6th inning. That's a testament to the defense taking care of business and minimizing at-bat appearances. Time gets called by Hazen just as Bustamante was ready to begin his motion. First pitch swung on and tipped into the glove for strike 1. Fans, we'd like to know where you're tuning in from. If you join the channel as a subscriber, as this is ball 1, you can join the comments section with all the folks like Thea Norma and Donna Nipper and Pops, and let us know where you're tuning in from for tonight's ball game. Loud contact, but it'll just go foul up the first baseline in front of the visitors' dugout up there. Retrieved by Devin Luna. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Hazen. Curveball bottoms out underneath him. That's strike 3 and strikeout number 5. And it's 2 away for the top of the order in Devin Luna. Bustamante working efficiently in this ball game as Devin Luna just now getting his third at-bat. First pitch is away for ball one. Pop of the glove sounded like a fastball.
It did.
Strike one is called on the inside corner. The Martin faithful don't like it. Alex Alvarado watching y'all all the way from Milford, Texas. Thanks so much for choosing to let us be a part of your Tuesday night. Ball number 2 issued low and away. Two balls and a strike with 2 outs. Make it ball 3 as that one's too far inside. If you go another 20 minutes or so down I-35, you'll end up in Milford between Waxahachie and Hillsborough. 3-1 the count here to Devin Luna. Bustamante trying not to lose him. And do we have the tradition?
There it is.
Ma, you called it.
I called it.
It is a tradition now.
There
the
you
annual
go.
release of the chickens during an Arlington Martin game here at Colt Field. Made it all the way out to the 425 marker in center field before he was finally retrieved. Looks like the center fielder, Gannon Howard, going to have to pass it off to Corbin Quiros. But it is officially a tradition. 3 years in a row that a chicken has been released into the outfield during the game between Arlington and Martin. Over on the IPC podcast, we have something that we like to call hashtag barbecue watch. We need to have hashtag barbecue chicken watch.
I love me some barbecue chicken, Zach.
3 balls and a strike here to Devin Luna. Busta turns and fires. And that's too high, and it's ball 4.
Number 17, Min Bay.
So that'll take us to the catcher, Min Bay, just the 3rd base runner of the game. 2 singles and a walk, no errors committed by the Colt defense. The Nipper family tuning in from Biloxi, Mississippi, home of the Shuckers. Check down over to first. Luna's back in time. Biloxi also not that far away from the sleepy little town of Pascagoula. As strike 1 is issued here to Min Bay.
Been there.
We have been there. I keep asking, I don't know if the Nippers do any traveling, but if they're willing to go 20, 30 minutes east, they can help themselves to some of the best barbecue ribs I've ever had. This one's in play. Hensley will fire across the field to win for the 6-3 putout. And again, the Martin base runners get no further than first. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. The Colts lead by 6. It's high school baseball and high school chicken chasing on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0393 or email orders@locallegendsfigures.com. Zach Arnold Productions is proud to service the greater Arlington and DFW area. With experience in broadcasting, podcasting, web series, public address, marketing, and public relations, Zap can help you tackle any modern communications task. Whether you need an announcer for your sporting event or just need help proofing a press release, be sure to call 817-319-2402. to see how you can find energetic media solutions for your task with Zach Arnold Productions. New pitcher on the mound coming up for the Warriors, which is the sign of a pitching change. The next time you need signs, shirts, banners, stickers, wraps, or other print materials, Ika Signs is the local printer to call. Coming in for the Warriors, number 5, Josh Holloway. Holloway on the mound for the final 3 outs that the Warriors need. We head to the bottom of the 6th, the Colts in command, and hopefully we'll get a clean 7th and be able to finish this game in under 2 hours, Ma. It started at 7, it's 8:38. We might be able to get this game in 2 hours or less at this rate.
Donna Nipper in the chat says she loves barbecue ribs. You better tell her where to go.
We were talking about that. It's off of Market Street in Pascagoula. If you drive too fast, you'll go right by it, but it's called Rob's Barbecue on the Side, because it's literally on the side of the building off of Market Street. And my friend Ben, who is the co-host of the IPC podcast, he and his family run that little barbecue place, and they are the softest and most tender and tasty slow-cooked ribs I have ever had in my life. And I've had a lot of barbecue around Texas, Ma, but I have not had anything like those barbecue ribs. I like to think of myself as a barbecue connoisseur because we go to places in South Texas. We've gone to a lot of places around here, and
but you don't hold a candle to your brother. If he can talk anybody into taking him to a barbecue restaurant, that's where he's going.
Jeremiah Taylor going to be leading things off, and we'll see if he can get cooking here in the bottom of the 6th.
Nice segue, Zay.
He's reached twice and has a couple of RBI on that big double down the left field line that chased John Shaw off the mound. He'll take a look at strike 1 here from the new pitcher, Josh Holloway. And he'll step out of the box here as Holloway gets set. That one will tail away, and it is a 1-1 count. I'm really hoping that we don't finish this ball game before Bowie has a chance to collect the win against South. There is a chance that if Bowie gets the win and Arlington gets the win, then I believe mathematically Arlington is in position as the center fielder, Powers, is in position to record that fly out to center field. Taylor is retired on the F8 for out number 1. And that'll take us to Gannon Howard, who is officially 0 for 2, but did have a big sacrifice that moved 2 men into scoring position.
Okay, so tell me more about the position that Arlington would be in.
Well, Arlington is currently 10-2 in the district. If they could get to 11-2 and South Grand Prairie could lose their 4th district game, then mathematically Arlington would have the district championship regardless of the outcome of Friday's ball game. They are going to the bottom of the 7th as Gannon Howard collects the hit by pitch. It goes too far, low and inside. So the Volunteers do have the opportunity to walk things off in a scoreless ball game at the ballpark at Bowie. That game live on the Zap Network. The district title could be clinched tonight if Bowie can walk it off.
The question is, who's going to make a mistake first?
That was the issue in the previous ball game. Runner goes, and it is going to go into center field. Howard thought about it, but he'll think better of it as he gets the clean steal of second, moves into scoring position. Hayden White squared up to bunt and pulled back to take a look at strike number 1. The umpire is signaling no balls, 1 strike. Scoreboard is incorrect. Runner in scoring position now. Colts have not scored since the 3rd. Strike 2 is issued as Holloway puts that fastball over the plate. No balls and 2 strikes now. Holloway a glance of second. And the pitch home. Check swing. They say he went around. Hayden White is retired. And there's 2 away now for Danny Bustamante. Holloway collects his first strikeout in this relief appearance. First pitch, too low for ball 1. And that one is too high and tight to the pitcher for ball 2. And he'll get the call there to make it 2-1. They're officially headed to extra innings at the ballpark at Bowie, scoreless through 7 between the SGP Warriors and the Bowie Volunteers.
Whose pitcher is going to get tired?
The 2-1 here is fouled back for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A man on base, number 2.
Deuces are wild.
Holloway waiting for the pitch that he wants, finally agrees on it. Looks at second and delivers home. And they're gonna call strike 3. Bustamante disagrees, but it does not matter. Holloway comes in and shuts the door, does his job with a couple of Ks in the bottom of the 6th, but Arlington still in command. We're headed to the potential final 3 outs here in the top of the 7th. It's high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Eka Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Eka can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ekasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Eka Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com. To the 7th inning we go. Danny Bustamante coming back out. He has thrown 6 scoreless and is looking for another complete game shutout. He has thrown 5 of those during district competition. and is looking for his 6th here on rivalry night against the Martin Warriors. They currently lead by a score of 6-0. While we anxiously await the result of the game over at the ballpark at Bowie, Pops and Jot on the call for that one as they are headed to extra innings. Free baseball there between Bowie and South. Hop on over there at the conclusion of this ball game. If Bowie can win, Arlington clinches the district title. Busta, first pitch, firing a strike call. That's number 20, Ian Vaca. It's the 3-4-5 spots in the lineup for the Warriors. And strike 2 is called on the low and outside corner. Quickly ahead in the count, 0-2 is Bustamante.
Zach, you wouldn't know this is his 7th inning pitching.
The control that he's got, the confidence that he's got. Swing and a miss. The strikeout that he's got. 6 on the night for Busta. And there's 1 out. That'll take us to the third baseman, Damian Openshaw. 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts in his previous 2 at-bats tonight. Apparently that one didn't hit him. It's just ball 1. A loud ooh from the crowd as this one's softly tapped. Busta hardly has to move as he issues out number 2 over to Matthew Wynn. He just put his glove on his hip and just caught the soft tapper and a little sidearm toss for the second out.
He made that look easy.
He's made the whole night look easy so far. Garen Powers represents Martin's final out. He's 0 for 2 on the evening. It's been the trend. And he'll take a look at a called strike 1 on the outside corner. And that is called strike 2. Martin's down to their final strike of the ball game. 0-2 to Powers. Center fielder, 5 spot in the lineup. Busta will have to throw at least 1 more pitch as that one gets fouled off and headed for one of the buildings here on the Arlington High campus.
Pops was speculating the other night about how many baseballs must reside on top of that building now.
Another 0-2. Too low for ball 1. A man on third with 2 outs for South Grand Prairie in the top of the 8th. Bowie trying to pitch their way out of a jam. The 1-2 pitch from Busta is fouled off and the at-bat stays alive. One ball and 2 strikes. Powers trying to keep the at-bat and the game alive here as Busta took his time, which prompted Powers to step out of the batter's box temporarily. Busta with another 1-2. Gave him the fastball, and he'll send it into foul territory over the fence and onto that rooftop you were talking about, Mom.
And looks like Bowie just got out of the jam.
They did indeed. So they are headed to the bottom of the 8th, still scoreless, with an opportunity to walk it off in the bottom of the 8th. Got out of a third base jam. Stranded that runner in scoring position. Bustamante trying to close this game out. The 1-2 again. Swung on and missed. JT with the throw, and Arlington gets the win. Celebration ensues on rivalry night as Arlington played 6 runs in the first 3 innings to give them their 11th district win of the season and hand Martin their 8th district loss. Final score in this one, the Colts 6 and the Warriors nothing. The postgame show presented by John Wade Roofing is coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Romy Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Romy Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Romy Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning.
Sorry, I did it wrong.
Whoop. Hello there, everybody. You almost got to hear about Romy Pools twice. I love my father-in-law, and he does great pool work. If you need pool services, maintenance, repairs, anything like that, call 469-951-0107. But it's actually time for the post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing. And some fun facts about him. John Sr. played for Arlington High and was the football MVP in 1976. He also played for TCU and UTA football, earning all-conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs, gutters, painting, solar, soffit repair, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Arlington scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third, and it was capped off by a big double down the left field line by Jeremiah Taylor, and that was all the run support and then some that Danny Bustamante needed.
And yet he managed to complete the game, and he was absolutely comfortable out there. He was in command of this game all night long.
He finished with a total of just 2 hits allowed, 1 walk, and no runners getting further than first base. A lot of that is a credit to his defense, a big fly out in center field, a big grab on the extension by London Prater in right field, and then the infield turning a double play. So he had a lot of help behind him, but ultimately 7 strikeouts in 7 innings, his 6th district complete game shutout. Danny Bustamante's ERA is super low right now. I don't know exactly what it's at, but he, in my opinion, is in contention for District Pitcher of the Year with the type of dominance and confidence that he's playing with right now.
I haven't seen another pitcher who comes close. And I've seen everybody except whoever Martin's going to throw Friday night.
Bowie has a runner aboard with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. If the Volunteers can find a way to walk it off, that would hand SGP their 4th district loss and guarantee Arlington the district title outright. We encourage you to head over to that game on the Zap Network. Pops and Jot will bring you the conclusion of that game. Win, and the Colts are the winners of 8-6. But I think we're going to start packing things up so that we can tune into that game as well. Be sure to follow at Zach the Voice on all social media to get certainty on whether Arlington's win tonight and a potential Bowie walk-off is enough to seal the deal. Ma, any closing thoughts before we call it a night here at Colt Field?
No, I just feel complete because I got to see the chicken.
We had a chicken watch. We had a heck of a ball game from the entire Arlington lineup. I mean, you take a look at what Hensley was able to do. He got a single and an RBI. Bustamante helped his own cause with a double to right center and scored. Abe Alvarado got a base hit. Axel Alvarado with a sacrifice RBI. Hayden White with a single and 2 RBI. JT with a double and 2 RBI. Just a complete effort by Arlington here tonight. And the return game is scheduled for Friday. But as you all know, if you're local to the DFW area, there is a lot of projected rain in the forecast set to come in tomorrow. So be sure to stay tuned on social media for all updates on whether that game gets postponed. If it does get moved to a turf field, it will probably take place on a Saturday, but we do not have confirmation on that as of the conclusion of this ball game. So we'll bring you all that information as available, and we'll keep tabs on the Bowie versus South Grand Prairie game. Arlington collects their 11th district win. They move to 11-2 in 8-6A on the season. Their 16th win overall. Looking for win 17 on Friday or Saturday. Looking for an opportunity to celebrate tonight. But I think that is going to do it for our night here at Colt Field. For my mom, Patsy, and for all of us at Zach Arnold Productions, I'm Zach Arnold, thanking you for tuning into tonight's broadcast and for supporting local businesses and local broadcasters by doing so. We hope that you all have a great rest of your Tuesday evening. Head over to the other ball game to catch the conclusion of Bowie and SGP. But for now, that is going to do it for us here tonight. We'll see you all next time for the Colts and the Warriors and the conclusion of this series. Playoffs are on the way for Arlington after that, and we'll have coverage of that as well. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Until next time.